liftoff. The clock has started. Roger.
Depending on the fee, I might just do this.
Drasheen is a type of blood pudding made in Ireland.
Welcome to the Good Stuff Morning Show. Here are your hosts, Kyle and Danny.
Well, I'll say that is a sausage. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Kyle. Good morning.
I'm glad we were able to provide already some value, some knowledge, some insight into some of the valuable information you might find here on the Good Stuff Morning Show about sausages. Last time we played. This is what we do, right? This is the part of the show where we talk about what we did last time.
In a very monotone voice, yeah, of course.
Last time on Morning Show, we played a game of sausage or not. This time, we're not. How do I sound? Is it echoey? Is it like as echoey as it used to be? I'm in a new place. I'm in a new zone.
You're not
mentally.
Okay, good.
And physically.
No, you're not echoey at all. Echoey at all. I don't hear it. I don't hear the noise bouncing off the walls either on your sides or behind you anymore.
How could you tell that with just my one mono microphone?
I don't know. Maybe I was just perceiving it.
Yeah, ever since we released our episodes with spatial audio support, it's really...
How much work would that be? Oh my gosh. How many channels would I have to mix down into?
I think just two.
No.
Right? It just comes, it's stereo going into your AirPods. How do they do it there?
I don't know.
It's all brain stuff, you know?
Okay. All right. What's the bounce for the brain stuff, Apple?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Apple, after you give Kyle back his morning show artwork, trademark, copyright stuff. Go ahead and give us a clue on what we should do to make our podcast into the spatial audio. That's got to be like their next step, right? Once they fix the podcast app on iOS, there you go.
I keep asking myself,
That's not gonna happen.
What do I do?
Because everybody, and I mean, hopefully everyone knows the full context of that clip because I played it in the past. That's way funnier now to me. So
wow, and that one will continue being here on the board. We've had a request,
yes,
on Twitter to explain, and we have to spend 5 minutes. So maybe I'll put 5 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
Can you please tell me, one, what you tweeted, and then two, the response that it received?
Okay. So I said, verbatim, after being broken on iOS for months, I opted to grab my favorite game of all time on the Switch, which is #Final Fantasy IX. And our beloved Chris responds, why? Can you spend 5 minutes on a future morning show explaining what's so great about the Final Fantasy series? Well, let me tell you, Chris.
Your time has started.
Why are you holding up to the mic?
So that in 5 minutes, you're using time. This is precious time. This is precious time that you're losing right now.
You don't need to hold it to the mic yet. You have 5 minutes to do that. Okay, I lost 20 seconds. Anyway, okay, so the Final Fantasy, I don't know if Chris is asking about this game in particular or about the entire Final Fantasy series, which started in the 80s. If I remember correctly, it's actually a game, the initial Final Fantasy was actually like the last gasp of development for Square. I think it was Squaresoft at that point, or maybe it was just Square. And it turned out to be a big hit, and they were able to make a bunch of subsequent games. And each game, Final Fantasy 1, 2, and everything in the series has a new story, or kind of. Each numbered installment has a new story. and they are up to 15, I think, right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it spanned from, they were on the original NES, and they went to the Super NES, and they did the PlayStation. They skipped the 64. That was supposed to come out. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII was actually supposed to be on the 64, and Nintendo opted for cartridges for the N64, which didn't allow for the game to be the scope that Squaresoft wanted, and so they opted for the PlayStation, which ended up working out perfectly. And they put it on multiple discs. 7, 8, and 9 were on the original PlayStation, and then they did 10. 11 was an online game, like an MMORPG, way before those things really took off. And then they, and so on and so on. I'm not going to get into everything, but my favorite is Final Fantasy IX. And the reason that I like it the most is because it falls right into a sweet spot of video games that were still pretty simple to master, but deep enough that you could spend, hundreds of hours mastering it or getting even better and exploring all the things it has to offer. Lots of mini games, lots of little things, wonderful story. Tale, it's like a fantasy tale.
A final fantasy tale, in fact.
Well, what I mean is that the series was starting to gear towards like science fiction stuff from about 6, 7, and 8. Those were really starting to veer towards like full on science fiction, heading into space and like aliens and stuff. And then Final Fantasy IX took it back down to like medieval to industrial period. It's like this weird like 17th, 18th century kind of mix that they were really having fun with. And I don't know, it's kind of built in like this cartoonish design. I have 1 minute and 50 seconds left. And so about the gameplay is great because it's all turn-based. It's like old JRPGs. I think you can turn it into an active system, but you don't have to. So it's a strategy game that you can kind of play at your own pace. And there's lots of different strategies and stuff that you learn. I'm running out of breath because I haven't been taking many breaths because Kyle keeps showing me the clock and it's only 1 minute 20 left. I don't know what else Chris wants to know. It's a very what's the best way to say this? If you don't like slow RPGs, you're not going to like the Final Fantasy series. It is a slog. It is really hard to get into the game. I will say that most of the Final Fantasy games don't really get good and juicy until you're about 20 hours in. And I'm just being frank. You don't really get a lot of the meat of the story and the gameplay until you're about halfway through. And then once that happens, like I said, it opens up and it's like wonderful to explore, and you can do so many more things, and you feel like you can personalize it to, or you can cater it to your own like personal liking of like, I want to stick with this kind of story mode, or I want to stick with these characters, and I want to follow
30
this
seconds.
More. Oh my gosh. So if whatever Chris is asking, what is so great about it, it's fun. I don't know how he must not like RPGs. So I'm sorry, Chris, but it's probably not for you. If you wanted to try, okay, I will say, if anybody wanted to try to get into the Final Fantasy series, start with 9. 9 is the best. It's on PC, PS4, Xbox, Switch, and iOS, but it's broken. Don't sue us, Apple. We're dancing to that thing. Yeah, no, it's broken on iOS. That's the reason that I had to buy it.
I'll say, I have probably watched you play this as well for many, many hours. And so I can corroborate. I can corroborate the story that, in fact, it does take a long time to get into and play and enjoy. But I would say 9, from as someone who has literally never played a Final Fantasy game and knows nothing about them, as I will play Chris in this scenario, 9 specifically was not trying to be ultra realistic in the way that the art style for people or for characters or for like the fantasy things that they put in there. The problem that 7, 10, like all of these very, I don't know, like human focused, realism focused, anime looking things ended up for Final Fantasy. Just, it looked too real. And so it like would pull you out. It was in that uncanny valley situation. Probably 15, like, you know, that you're not dealing with that anymore, I would assume. But 9 was like in that sweet spot where it took advantage of what the PlayStation 2.
9 was on the PlayStation. It was the last one on the PlayStation 1.
Okay, PlayStation 1. It looked like it should look, right? So anyway, that's my layperson's explanation.
Well, thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's like corroboration, though.
No breathing.
Okay. Well, in that case, Kyle, why don't we jump to some tech headlines? That's right. I've renamed this section Tech Headlines because from now on, I think I'm only going to put tech headlines in it, and we'll relegate our other fun food news to another segment. Is that going to be okay with you?
I'm okay with that, but
What do I do?
You never read these. I always read them, so it's not on you. Okay, so I'm gonna play the new bumper. I hope you like it. It's dumb.
These are today's headlines.
That's right. I'm gonna let Harold just echo off into the distance.
I was waiting for the beat to drop. I was waiting for, y'all ready for this? You know,
I needed it's a bumper. It's short.
Can we at least put some like a bed, like a music bed in the background that just pumps me up, gets me in that technology mood, you know?
Yeah. I'll build the longer version just for you though, Kyle. You can play it. In fact, you can play it just on your phone and hold that one up to the microphone.
Should I? You want me to do that?
No, I take it back immediately. Let me get back into these headlines, Kyle. HBO Max launches a group watch tool to stream full episodes on Snapchat. What?
What?
Yeah, up to 64 users can stream an episode at once. Wow. Okay, so let me get into this. HBO Max has partnered with Snapchat to bring full-length episodes of its series to the social media platform. With HBO Max Minis, as they're calling them, users will be able to stream the pilots of select series with up to 63 other Snapchatters. I'm getting choked up on that word, Snapchatters. Yikes. It was announced today and offered through Minis, which launched... What? The Minis launched late last year, apparently, and they host third-party app experiences within Snapchat. I guess I missed that one. So anyway, the Minis will allow anyone on Snapchat to view entire episodes of more than a dozen series from the streaming service for free. That's what they keep saying, for free, including pilots from Lovecraft Country and Game of Thrones. If you're going to watch the pilot of Game of Thrones, stop there. Do not get your heart broken by the finale season. With synchronized playback, everyone watching the title will be able to stream the same title together. Snapchat users will be able to access the HBO Max episodes through the search or by clicking on the rocket icon from chat. Once the Mini is launched, users will be required to verify their date of birth, which will filter which episodes are streamable. And I'm not going to list which episodes are available. You can find that out on your own. Yeah. This is essentially, I think, HBO's answer. I don't know why they need an answer to what Apple is pushing with iOS 15 through their FaceTime share play, right? So certain apps are going to jump on and be able to be share played through FaceTime with others. I don't know if HBO Max is going to jump on now. I think that maybe they're sticking their flag in this.
I can guarantee that what has happened here is Snapchat went to HBO and said, here's a pile of money for you to allow for the synchronous sharing of certain episodes on our platform. We want exclusivity. We want this to be the only place you can do that. You will not, for the first year, integrate Apple's new service that does this. You will also HBO will not create their own sharing watching service like Disney Plus did and embedded into their applications. And the play for Snapchat is to try and get people re-engaged.
Right, exactly.
With
try to become
platform.
relevant again. They definitely lost it.
I can guarantee you it was a pile of money exchanged from Snapchat to HBO to make this happen. It was not the other. HBO Max does not need Max plus Max. Doesn't matter. They don't need Snapchat.
No.
They don't care.
No.
They are they're doing just fine with their movie premieres and everything else that they've got on the platform.
Yeah.
So
actually related to that point, actually, the entire like simultaneous release in theaters and on our streaming service, movie theaters are now complaining about that model, that those services or those studios are stealing money from theaters by allowing people to watch at home. But they announced it like a year ago, and what are the theaters? Oh no, you guys, we didn't believe you. We didn't believe it would make a difference.
We bought so many popcorn kernels and nothing is happening with them. They're just sitting unpopped in these trash cans. We don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
That's silly, but it's just like, it's probably the same exact narrative that happened when VHS came out, right? Where all of the, movie theaters were like, oh no, you can take it home and watch it. You can take the plastic cartridge and go and put it in a video machine at home and watch it there for money. We're losing now. People will never go to the theater ever again. Blah. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean,
not true. You'll do fine for the most part. There is still a place for movie theaters. Maybe less of them. Maybe a lot less of them. But there's still a place for them.
Yeah, I don't really think it's fair, in fact, to complain when there's still a pandemic out there. It's not that people are like, it's more convenient to stay at home. I mean, of course it is. But people who want to go to the theater but are still afraid to die at the theater aren't going to do it. So just saying. I'm going to move on to the next story here.
Okay.
Netflix. Remember way back when Harp Sound, we actually talked about a story, or we mentioned the possibility that Netflix was going to get into game streaming or into video game market through, video game streaming, kind of like Stadia. And we kind of debated the, not necessarily the validity, but kind of the, what the next step would be for Netflix. Well, it turns out ESPN's sending me a notification that I need to silence. Go away. Turns out Netflix is actually wanting to take on the Apple Arcade. That's going to be apparently the market that they're shooting for. I'm going to give you a quote from a statement that they released today. They say, I want to read it to you and get your take on it.
Okay.
We view gaming as another new content category for us, similar to our expansion into original films, animation, and unscripted TV. Games will be included in members' Netflix subscription at no additional cost, similar to films and series. Initially, we'll be primarily focused on games for mobile devices, We're excited as ever about our movies and TV series offering, and we expect a long runway of increasing investment and growth across all of our existing content categories. But since we are nearly a decade into our push into original programming, we think the time is right to learn more about how our members value games. So this is like, I don't know if they're doing like market study and they're just kind of like showing us their hand right now, or if they're like, because they hired somebody from EA like last week, like one of the head honchos of, or past head honchos of EA. And I just want to know what do you think about this? Like Netflix is trying to broaden their medium to video games.
It's not because something's not working for them. They're in the zone that Google got in 10-ish years ago, where they introduced things like Google Wave and 11 different versions of chat and everything else. This is a special projects thing for Netflix, where they've got their bread and butter. They've got the stuff that makes them money, but now they're trying to diversify and not put every single egg that they have into the same basket. Because they saw how volatile the whole movie going situation was last year. And anything that they had invested in that would have been in theaters, they had to bring to just straight to the home through their service, which is their advantage. Arguably, that's the thing that they do the best. But now they're trying to think of like, hey, what else can we do? Kind of the Googleification, the Amazonification of like, let's just, dip a toe in everything and see what sticks. They've got the money apparently to make that happen and try to see what's going to play out. And also like see the media's reaction, see what people's reaction is to them saying like, maybe we'll do games. Right. And everyone's like, all right, we'll see it when you do it.
Yeah. It's like if people answer with, okay, we're waiting, then it's okay. It's a go, right?
Clear. Well, I mean, it's one indicator, but hiring someone from a games company is not unlike hiring someone from like a movie studio, right? It's all these game studios are very much run like movie studios, lots of moving parts, story teams, etc. I mean, heck, even graphics, right? Movies these days are a lot of graphics, a lot of computer animation folks on the team as well. So
I think that's an oversimplification, but yeah, sure, Kyle.
Computers. they do the computer things.
Those movies, they do computers,
more or less. It's pretty much how it works.
My initial take on this was, especially after reading that statement and reading then like what they were kind of comparing their initial step into video games, which was the that Black Mirror Bandersnatch thing where it's like a choose your own ending kind of thing. It was just like an if then or 50-50, you could do one thing or another, and then it led you down a number of paths. I feel like they could definitely open that up to their own gaming market. Now, when I say gaming, it would be in the same vein as, that 50-50 choose your own adventure. But
you're saying bring back FMVs is what you're saying is Netflix FMVs are coming soon. I agree.
What I'm saying is
100%. Laserdisc experiences now brought to Netflix.
What I'm saying is, how fun would it be if they just started creating like streaming content that you could engage with through your phone, like as a mobile?
No. This is something that these companies think that we want to do.
Wait a second. I'm letting on that I want to do that.
Nope. You don't. You actually don't. You
Okay.
actually
Gasp.
You actually do not. Surprise.
Surprise.
You don't. Because all of these companies, YouTube TV, ESPN, all of the like companies that have tried this second screen experience of watch the thing on the TV, on the big screen, and then on your little screen, you do something related. No one wants that. No one wants that.
What? Well, hold on a second.
You don't want to look at, you don't want to look at stats. You don't want to, the only thing that you're curious about, Amazon has got this right. It's their X-ray service where you pause it and you're like, who is that person? And it shows you who they are.
What if you turn that into a game? Because it's definitely a game between my wife and I when we're watching something. Who is that from? Where are they from? Oh, their face looks so familiar. What are they from? Turn the X-ray into like a trivia game, right? Give me a multiple choice.
This
last time horrible. I saw this actor.
This sounds horrible.
Are you listening, Amazon? Come on,
they don't
do
want
it.
that. They don't need this idea. I'm sure that they've thought of this before. It's a horrible idea.
All right, fine.
Netflix getting into video games. I mean, fine, but I think they will be AAA titles. I do not. I think they will get into the
original, or would they license?
They will make like The Witcher games or something, right? You watch the Witcher series, you watch season 2 with Superman, and then you play the Temple Run clone game on your mobile phone once you watch one of the episodes or something. I don't know.
Or Netflix, by developing the entire series, now has complete access and rule over how the story, is written and how it plays out. And then you just make a game version of that. Or they license The Witcher. They turn The Witcher into like season DLC, right? You then get to play through season 2. It's a DLC that you buy for, The Witcher series or whatever. That would be clever.
Are we blurring the line between movies and video games to the point where the cinematics, the like interacting with the game itself is just or with the movie itself is like spliced in between episodes? You watch 60 minutes, you play for 15, and then you watch for 60 again. This is a horrible idea.
Wait a second. You're kind of getting onto the line from what's that movie? Ready Player One. Sorry, I meant book. They actually outline the way that you are able to play through a movie. Because it's all in VR. You become
right.
one of the actors, right? Or you become like the narrator, and then you have to choose.
It's the holodeck. It's the holodeck.
Yeah.
It's the holodeck.
If Netflix could go down a route like that, like you somehow play through an entire movie, I don't know how. What if they were able to get into the VR market and raise it back up? Because we said it was dead.
No, it's dead. It's definitely dead.
I don't know, man. I think they're onto something. If they say that they're starting with something that's competing with Apple Arcade, sure. I think Apple's like, do it. I don't care. We're getting so much money. Who cares? Be a competitor.
Is this what they mean by the chill part of Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill by playing Final Fantasy IX on your Netflix account.
Yep.
That I'd be into. All right, I'm going to move on to the last story here, Kyle. Apple's MagSafe battery pack is available in stores now for $100.
Have you seen this? Have you seen how it attaches
it's MagSafe
the thing
onto the iPhone 12 lineup? So mini, regular, Pro, and Pro Max. They all are able to now use a battery pack which magnets to the back of the phone. $100. I don't know what the battery life is. Have they said?
Doesn't matter. Likely it looks thicker than like an iPhone's battery would be, so I would assume it's a little bit larger, maybe a 1x, a 1.5x.
I'm gonna get the actual dimensions here from Apple itself. Maybe is it gonna give me the product information? Compatibility? Nope. It's not.
Apple does not like to talk about numbers when it comes to
I understand
the size of their batteries. It would be all day battery life times 2. Tomorrow's battery life today.
Yeah, exactly. It's essentially, I think what they're trying to say is it'll double your battery. It's just on the outside now. The thing I would like about this is it's a simple design. It's magnet to the back of my phone, so I don't really have to worry about, plugging it in or having it sit at a very specific spot. Because it's using the MagSafe, it's going to sit exactly flush and straight with the back of your phone. And then the other thing that I saw about it was that it will do essentially reverse charging of AirPod cases and stuff. It acts as a tiny charger for those. So that's convenient.
You could set your AirPods case on this thing and it would charge it up.
That, at least that's from one of the things I saw. It could have been false. Who knows? It's the internet. You can't trust the internet, Kyle. You can trust us though.
Wait, what?
I said you can't trust the internet.
I know. Anyway, the joke was
The
joke was that. I think
Go ahead. I know you have mixed feelings. I know you have mixed feelings because Kyle, you used to work for a company that made battery cases.
Gosh. Yeah. Well,
for the iPhone.
That whole thing. Yeah. I guess I would be worried that it's not always convenient to stop everything I'm doing, take my phone, take the brick, slap them together, and then just sit here and wait. Because any jostling or there isn't enough glue or friction here between the battery and the back of the phone to keep it there. If I put it in my pocket or I, whatever, do something with it, it's not going to stay. It's not going to stay.
Wait,
with the weight,
Kyle,
of the battery
it's
and
MagSafe.
the weight. Have you tried MagSafe before?
Yeah.
It doesn't work very well at all when you are dealing with something as heavy as a phone or a battery. Does not work. A wallet, fine.
That's their entire. That's the entire reason of the.
It's a
that
piece.
they made
No.
this.
No. Have you seen how easy it is to slap that disc that charges it and then just go, and it comes right off?
Not for me.
Yep.
I have to peel it off.
Nope. It is. It just. It's right there. Just comes right off.
I think you had a faulty one then, Kyle.
Should I stop lubing it up? Maybe.
Yeah, you should stop dipping your phone in Vaseline before. Why is it a dolphin? You ruined my train of thought. I was going to say something about the battery pack.
It's just as big as the phone. It's just as big. Maybe it won't weigh as much, right? It's not glass and everything. It's plastic.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Assume it's plastic.
I don't know what it is. They don't tell me. The thing that I would be worried about the most with these, and the reason that I probably won't get one. Two reasons. Number one, I don't use enough of my battery at home that warrants me to have a battery pack.
Well, this is a travel accessory
for sure.
Through and through.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The other thing that I would be worried about is when I have it attached to my phone, it means that it's actively charging.
Attached
right?
is definitely attached is that is an overstatement
Fine.
Of what is happening.
When
here.
I have it MagSafe connected to my phone,
connected is even implying way too much more.
When I have the battery
when they are near
on my phone,
when the battery hugs, when a mom and a battery love each other very much.
Oh my God. Anyway, I would be super worried about the heat exchange or about how hot this phone and battery are going to get because I'm holding it in my hand and I don't want to get burned. I'm sure they did testing to make sure it doesn't get too hot. But have you ever had, this is a tangent now, have you ever had your phone get overheated enough that it says, yo, I'm overheated. You got to wait 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had that happen to you?
Yes, because unfortunately, the place that is most convenient to connect my phone in my car is on the top of my dash. I drive a Toyota FJ Cruiser, and so it's a literal box, and that box has a bunch of flat sides. I put the phone in this top thing, plug it in. The sun just bakes it and cooks, just cooks it. You fry an egg on that bad boy. So
yeah,
that's the situation for me that it happens the most.
Did it happen while you had your phone plugged into the car for CarPlay?
Always.
And did it show the like danger warning
Will Robinson, yeah,
on the CarPlay screen?
No.
Really? That's what happened to me. It was sitting in my car. I was driving a certain direction where the sun was coming into the passenger side of my car, and that's where my phone was lying. And I'm listening to music, and all of a sudden it gives me this warning on the CarPlay screen that, hey, the phone's overheated. You need to stop. And what I did was I unplugged the phone, and I looked at it, and it's, hot as a frying pan, like you said. I opened my window and then just held my phone out the window while I was driving down a country road.
Oh, no.
I had a lot of confidence. I had so much confidence.
What are you doing?
I was cooling it off.
What do I do?
I was cooling it off. I have a really strong grip. And I was
No.
Yeah, I was.
No.
I was driving like 60. I was driving like 60 miles an hour. I didn't care.
What?
Yeah.
Why was traffic problems email sent?
Because Kenny dropped his phone out the window. That's why the traffic problems.
I like that it makes you
emails
cringe.
Were sent.
That's great.
Are you kidding? Turn on. Oh, your air conditioner is broken. You're right. Patreon.com/goodstuff.
Anyway,
that's what they call. It's what they call a teaser. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are your headlines.
Okay.
I don't have a closing bumper. So play us into the next section. What?
Well, I have to find now the
Closing.
the bundle.
The bundle.
Because I moved things around again. And
what?
Unfortunately, I don't think.
No.
I don't think.
Why would you move everything around?
So I found this new application, this really, really useful application that I'm now no longer using iCloud Drive for things because of how horrible it is. Well, it's horrible.
I mean,
it's horrible.
Okay.
It's so bad. It is incredibly bad. So I now am mounting network drives from Google Drive to my computer.
No.
Now I'm able to access it and have them whenever I want them.
No, but you're not, though.
But I am.
Oh, boy. Well, you're not going to be able to find that sound then? The jazz? Little music? Little thing that takes us into today's special, Kyle? You really got to find it. We're wasting so much tape.
I have the Logic file.
The Logic. If you launch Logic right now, you might explode your computer.
Nah, I'm doing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm looking at the timestamp just in case everything falls apart and I have to go back and edit this.
Okay.
Are you going to play it?
Yep. That definitely did something. Bounce in place. Nope.
Okay. Oh, I just had a pop-up on my iPad. It said, I'm running the beta. So I'm running iOS or iPad OS 15. And it just at 10, it's currently, by the way, behind the curtain, it's 10:30 p.m. And it just asked me, hey, do you want to switch to your personal focus? Because it's so late. Well, thank you, iPad. But no.
Little does it know, every day is your personal focus.
Wow.
As it should be for everyone. Right? Right.
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
keep it like this. And today's special is
That's so loud. It's take it down. There we go. It's National Hot Dog Day.
Oh,
what?
that's a hot dog.
That's right.
What?
That's right, Kyle.
What?
It's National Hot Dog Day.
What?
I was gonna say, remember July 4th? We're like, why is that not Hot Dog Day? Well, remember when? Yeah, it's today now. It's July 21st. It's National.
What in the world? Is it because now here's my theory.
Okay.
You take the 2.
To what?
The 2. No, you take the number 2.
I take a number 2 every day.
Okay. You take the number 2, right? It's like a curvy bit.
That's exactly.
You've got to.
This is our bathroom humor section.
I hate this. We're talking about food. You take the number 2.
We can't get past it. We are grown men. I am a father. We're laughing at this. Stop saying take the number 2.
The shape of the number 2.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is the 2 is the bun and the 1 is the dog.
The what?
The 2 is the bun and the 1 is the dog.
Why is the 2 a bun? Because of the curvy bit?
Because the curvy bit.
The numbers don't even touch, Kyle.
I know, but then you put it.
So what you're saying is then
you take the 2, you put the 1 inside the 2.
Okay. In that case, it should have been July 12th.
Maybe it's both.
Or any 12th of any month or any 21st of any month.
Does the 7 play a role? Is the 7?
You tell me. This is your theory. I'm wiping tears out of my eyes because I laughed so hard.
I don't know why I have this theory. What's
I don't either. Anyway, I don't think we really need to talk about National Hot Dog Day very much, but I do want to kind of do National Hot Dog Day by the numbers. This is from a reputable source on the internet.
No, we can't trust it. You told me we can't trust it.
Well, then I'm just going to make these up.
You know what? Forget it.
Exactly. 7 billion. That is the estimated number of hot dogs consumed by Americans from Memorial Day to Labor Day, which is kind of the signifier of summer break for a lot of kids. And toilets. That's a lot. 7 billion? Oh my gosh. That's enough. That's a hot dog for every person on the planet.
Why didn't I'm just thinking to myself now, why didn't I just save the sausage or not game for this episode?
Because we didn't look forward. We don't do any forward thinking or forward looking.
No planning.
Nothing at
Zero
all.
planning.
No.
Just,
in fact, it's a lot of day of stuff that we happen to do here on this show.
that is true.
150 million is the number of hot dogs consumed just during the 4th of July holiday. I don't feel like that's. I don't feel. How many? Hey Google, what's 7 billion divided by 150 million?
The answer is approximately 46.67.
46.67 is what my Google said. That means that 46? So 46 July 4th holidays is what would equate to 7 billion hot dogs. I don't think that this math adds up.
How many days are in between those two? It's many months. Yes.
Hey Google, how many days between Memorial Day and Labor Day? Let's find out.
September 6, 2021 is in 98 days.
98 days?
So it's like
Okay, so
okay.
it's so
All right. So
okay.
maybe like 200 days.
What?
Maximum.
What?
Made a 90 plus 90.
No, 98 it said. It said 98.
Okay. So 200. It's almost 200.
98 is not 200, Kyle.
No,
What
it's
are
in
you talking
98
about?
days. It said 98 days from now, didn't it?
I asked for Memorial Day.
Oh.
September 6th is not 98 days from now. We only have like August to get through.
I don't look at calendars. I don't know how they work.
Okay, let's say it's end of May. So June, July, and August. That's 3 months. That's about 90, 91.
Why are we trying to do math on a podcast?
I don't know. This is
why
not a
are we
math
doing
podcast. These numbers don't
why?
make sense anyway. I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm sorry to the listener. You're probably throwing us out of the window like I did. I didn't throw it. I actually held it on. 20.4 million, the number of hot dogs eaten by baseball fans at major league ballparks during the season. That seems low. 20.4 million. I feel like you could probably get a million. Oh, maybe not. I was going to say a million a day.
I would have to say like more than 50% of the hot dogs eaten in the United States are at baseball stadiums in any given game.
Well, okay, but I wouldn't actually include just inside the ballpark, because tailgating, I think, also adds a large number, right?
So at a ballpark, would you consider that at?
I guess, yeah, at instead of in. Anyway, 350 million pounds is the amount of hot dogs purchased from retail stores by Americans. Okay, that's a weird way to say that. I'm not going to read those numbers anymore like that. I'm going to read it like this. The number of hot dogs consumed by Americans in a year is 20 billion. So just during the summer, it's 7 billion. The rest of the year, 13 billion other ones. I feel like this math doesn't add up again.
Nope.
The average number of hot dogs consumed per person each year is 70? No way. Wait a second. How? Okay. I used to eat like very rarely. I would maybe have 15 hot dogs a year. I maybe one a month, 12 hot dogs. Does that mean that to average out, someone is eating like 200 hot dogs?
So
how many hot dogs do you eat, Kyle? Of those 5-packs, do you just get like a carton, a gross of hot dogs?
I ate 4 hot dogs yesterday.
Okay, and then you multiply that by 365 days.
On my own, by myself, at one meal.
For lunch.
For lunch.
And then for dinner, I doubled it.
And then for dinner, I don't think I ate, if I'm being honest.
I can't imagine. You had 4 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is for every me, there's a you.
Yes.
Okay.
For every a Joey Chestnut in every refrigerator.
I don't know about that, but okay. 95% is the percentage of homes in the United States that consume hot dogs. Okay, so 5% of homes don't consume hot dogs. Good for them. 15% is the percentage of hot dogs purchased from street vendors. I've never done that before. I don't live in any area close to any sort of hot dog vendor. I feel like that's like an East Coast thing, or maybe Midwest plus East Coast.
Or it's a thing you need to bring to your neighborhood.
I could be the hot dog vendor.
You're the hot dog man.
I don't like that. 9%
Eat it and it explodes in your mouth.
That's the name of my store. 9% of the percentage of hot dogs purchased at ballparks. Okay.
No way!
You said 50%. This person says 9%.
No.
And then the year when the term hot dog first appeared in print in the Oxford English Dictionary was 1900. 1900. Wow. That's a lot of hot dogs.
That is a lot of hot dogs.
That's your National Day, Kyle. I did want to play another bumper for our food news segment.
Let's go.
Okay. I hope this one's better.
Okay. It's very fresh.
I found a bunch of disco sounds and I was like, I'll do disco.
Love it. Very much love it. Do we play that between every story?
Oh, wait, hold on. That would be fun and that would be funky.
Little Caesars is the first major pizza chain to offer plant-based pepperones.
I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this.
Well, Little Caesars, obviously, much of what they produce is food adjacent. And in this case, probably what you've had in the past could have also been plant-based pepperoni, and you would have had no idea. Absolutely none. But now they're making it official. Little Caesars is working with Field Roast to make planteroni pizza.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
I like the name. I personally like the name. You can find planteroni in the cities and suburbs of Los Angeles, New York City, Miami, San Francisco, Portland, and Detroit. And it's made with pea protein and not soy. So don't need, I don't know, for those who either cannot eat soy or are soy adverse.
Why wouldn't you just call it pepperoni? Maybe not.
Pepperoni's good. Pepperoni's really good. Planteroni is also just confusing. It's like you ate Rice-A-Roni's lunch.
Or it sounds like macaroni, planteroni.
Yeah. You the San Francisco treat really is planteroni, but the Rice-A-Roni company didn't
sing the jingle.
trademark
Please sing the jingle. Come on, not in your head, you idiot.
Not happening.
Okay. Wait, I thought I was supposed to play this.
Do we?
Each one.
Okay. Go ahead. Yep. We regret to inform you that Kraft mac and cheese ice cream is very good.
Oh no. I don't have any in front of me. I can't corroborate this story.
This is from Eater, so of course we need to find maybe a way to get this somehow.
It says $12 a pint. Oh, so expensive.
It's limited time, so you're paying for that. Plus, you can say that you've had macaroni and cheese ice cream. I mean,
right.
Plus, ice cream lasts forever in the freezer, so you know I'm going to get like 6 of these.
What if you don't like the first one?
Then I'll put them on eBay.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. I'll buy it.
Then they'll melt.
Oh.
Maybe. What do you think it tastes like? What? Let's. Is it? How is it? Cheesy? Is it salty? Is it?
Okay, so they definitely there's no like macaroni flavor, right? That how are you supposed to? I don't know. I feel like
the way that the room smells when you cook macaroni in water and fill the room with the dough steam.
There is an aroma to especially when you drain Kraft mac and cheese, or sorry, just Kraft mac. There's like that aroma when the steam hits you in the face. It's like,
yeah,
in fact, for me, it's just nostalgia. It's just like, that's my childhood as it flows through my every pore. And I get a nice Kraft mac like peel. But for the cheese taste, I feel like it's going to be like a buttery cheese, like a really, it's hard to say because the cheese powder from Kraft mac and cheese is somehow awful until you just combine everything, right? It's like, it feels, I mean, it is artificial essentially. And I don't know, just like, if I take a bite of this ice cream and I feel like I have a mouthful of cheese powder, that will be disappointing. Is that the case? Is this what Eater is saying? Are they saying it's a buttery smooth cheese flavor that reminds you of Kraft mac and cheese, but it isn't really Kraft mac and cheese? Or what are they saying?
They don't offer up really any help here. when it comes to what they enjoyed about it, why they enjoyed it, but they do talk about other places where cheddar cheese ice cream is popular, in the Philippines specifically. So this is it's not unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
I just think we need to find a way
Okay.
to try this.
All right. Also, somehow we need to get a hold of those Airhead buns from the chicken sandwich from last week.
Not happening. That's not happening.
God, I'll make my own in that case. I like this.
I'm definitely getting into it. Subway tries and fails to give away 1 million free subs. Follow up.
Yeah, this is follow up from last week, or 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh no! So last week, Subway launched the Eat Fresh Refresh program to help reverse its struggling fortunes, featuring new and improved ingredients, spruced up stores, and some new additions to its sandwich menu to celebrate the momentous occasion. Of course, we also talked about Subway deciding to run a free sub promotion on July 13th with the goal of putting 1 million 6-inch Turkey Cali Fresh subs into the hands of hungry Americans, but only between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. 2 hours to give out 1 million subs across the U.S. Surprisingly, franchisees are reporting that this was a massive disaster. It was a massive disaster because nobody wanted the free Subway sandwiches. Nobody.
I didn't do it. I forgot all about it. We talked about it on the show and I forgot all about it.
But I don't even think it was no one showed up. I think it was between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. People said,
I don't want Subway now.
They said, Turkey Cali Fresh, you want this one? It's free. They said, what? No.
I just want my BMT, dude.
This is the 47th time I've come here this year to get
the same sandwich for my lunch.
The same exact sandwich that I always get. And I'm not changing things up now.
Right.
I agree. I think that's 100% what happened.
Yeah.
And so now what? Now we've got a bunch of avocados or something.
I can't imagine how much prep they how the Subway, the big company, told all these franchises, because Subway doesn't own all of these places. They franchise it out, right? And all of the owners were told, hey, prepare, because we're about to have a huge influx of customers ask for this very specific sandwich, and you need to make sure that you have enough ingredients for those sandwiches. And then the franchisers were like, okay, I'll do that. I'll buy a bunch of product just for that sandwich so I can give it out for free. And then nobody came. And then they had tons of product probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that it went to waste, but it definitely doesn't look good on the franchises who were like, we had 2 guys come in and one guy said, I don't even want that sandwich.
They said the giveaway beat our projections. This is a spokesperson.
Sure, it did.
From Subway. The giveaway beat our projections with thousands of restaurants participating, giving our guests the opportunity to try the new, freshly prepared Turkey Cali Fresh sub.
God, I hope
the company
it's fresh.
told Insider. Overall, restaurants saw a significant lift in sales and traffic.
That's what Subway is saying, right?
That is what Subway is saying. They also have claimed that the tuna's real. So
yeah, I don't on this case, not going to believe Subway, and I'm going to believe the people who actually were there. And also I read about this story on the internet, and I feel like it was from a fringe thing that we obviously are paying attention to because we talked about it on the podcast and we searched for this kind of story. I don't think I heard it from any other source. And so, and they did it, a week before they announced it? They the first week of July or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of promotion is this? That's not enough time. That's not enough lead
Drop
up.
everything. Nope. Kenny, drop everything. Grab your keys. Don't even think about it. Just head out to your nearest Subway to get a free sandwich.
If anything, there should have been a big, like, social media push day of, like morning of, so you catch everybody.
I am right in the just smack dab in the middle of the demo for the kind of person they would want to go and grab one of these sandwiches. They know it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
You know what? They should just call my personal phone. That would have gotten me to come in. I would have been really scared, and I probably would have felt threatened if I didn't go. So I that would have worked.
We've signed a stimulus bill to put a 6-inch sub into your bank account. You can pick it up at any time.
That'd be awesome.
It's available now. Yeah, we don't need money. All we need are sandwiches.
That's right.
I told you. The number two.
This is also
the number two.
This is not only follow up from an earlier episode, but just follow up from an earlier segment.
TheTakeout.com says, wait, no. Oscar Mayer proposes hot dog bun 2-packs.
Oh my gosh.
What an absolute disaster.
This feels like an April Fool's joke.
It's a pack of
And it's
2
July.
buns stuck together, wrapped in plastic. Just a waste. Just an absolute waste of space and
Plastic.
resources and dinosaur blood. Like, why would we need this? Multiples of 2. Oscar Mayer, here's how math works. You put 2 of these together, it's 4 of them. What hot dog packs have less than 4?
So this is a response to the Heinz hot dog pact, which was let's get the same number of hot dogs and the same number of buns in a pack. And they were postulating that hot dogs come in packs of 10 and hot dog buns come in packs of 8. Oscar Mayer's like, cool, we'll make up the difference with our 2-pack. That's
horrible.
That's what this idea is. Rather than being like let's grab 14 2-packs for our barbecue, they're trying to be the supplement package that you purchase so that you have a perfect 10 and 10. No. No, that is not a proper response to making sure that every pack has a same number. The solution should not be just buy more buns, you idiot.
What if the way it should be, what needs to happen? The hot dog bun manufacturing companies and the hot dog in this case, Oscar Mayer, you make both. So for sure, 100%, if I stay OEM, if I stay in the ecosystem, I should be able to get the most compatible MagSafe connectors between my dogs and my buns. That connection should be solid. They should be just constant communication between the two, right?
So what you're saying is Oscar Mayer needs to put out a 2-pack of hot dogs to go with the 2-pack of buns?
No. Whatever the number, doesn't matter. Make it 7, right? Make it 7.
What you're saying is they're in a perfect position to match it
100%.
themselves.
Make it the reason you stay with one of these companies.
Yeah.
It's loyalty. You're building brand loyalty. You're only, again, like I said, you're staying in the hot dog ecosystem.
They got halfway there. They idiotically, making a new word, made a 2-bun pack, when in reality, they could have just put those 2 buns into one of their 8-packs and made a 10-pack. And like you said, now they are the only hot dog and bun manufacturer who can make a 10-pack of each, right? They were so close. They were so close to the solution, Kyle, and they missed it by a lot.
But they got us to talk about it. That's the thing, right?
Oh, sure.
This is a PR
if
play.
You're eating Oscar Mayer hot dogs, you're already, you're not interested in a good hot dog.
Oh,
just saying.
Okay. Well, I mean,
shots fired. You better send me some hot dogs so I can change
again,
my mind.
I use it doesn't matter, right? Like I use iCloud, and just everything else that Apple makes fine is okay. But when it comes to iCloud, garbage, horrible, just the worst experience.
I don't know.
That hot dog still fits in the Apple bun, so
Gosh,
that's the reason why I stick with it.
That's the clip I'm pulling.
You're staying in. You're staying.
No, I think I need to pull the poop is the curvy bit
in the ecosystem. Anyway,
do I need to play this?
that's the end of the segment.
Yep.
We do 2 of these every week, and you download it and you listen to it, and we appreciate it. It fuels us more than you'll ever know.
More than 10 hot dogs. Or wait, how many did you eat?
I ate 4 hot dogs in one sitting.
More than that.
The buns were kind of like, they weren't like Oscar Mayer buns either. They were those like, whole wheat spelt, like just like you could see the grains would get stuck in your teeth. The buns were just like wooded,
What?
like pine cones. They're just horrible buns.
I ate 4 pine cones.
With a hot dog in them.
That's awful.
I did have sauerkraut though. I put sauerkraut on all of them. Mustard, a nice beer mustard.
Oh my gosh, that house must smell so bad.
Oh, like butts. 100%. It was just for days, just butt smell everywhere. They were good hot dogs, though. Bum, 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 bum.